So got the wheels off and ran into a problem. You can see that this rotor is rusted. It had the previous owner installed these, looks like 10mm spacers, and I had a hard time yesterday removing them. The F10 M5 wheels are actually ½ inch smaller than the M6 wheels. So I bought these tires, 3 15-inch tires, huge Michelin Pilot 4S, and yeah, the F10 M5 wheels will not fit that. It'll actually rub. So I found somebody in Chicago who had M6 wheels on his 535, and obviously they were way too wide. So it worked out well. We swapped wheels, but the what the hell is that? Anyways, so now I'm over here struggling to remove these spacers, but I found a way without damaging the carbon ceramic brakes. I didn't want to use a crowbar and try to pop it off this way. So what I've been doing is I took this this piece here. What I'll do is I'll put it here, take this rubber, and I bang it. Do this a few times, and you can see that it's slowly coming off. It's gonna definitely damage the spacer, but I'm not reusing them, so it doesn't matter. After that, I'll probably clean up the fender well and clean some spaces here. And also, I had a hard time finding where to jack up this car. If you can see, the differential has fins. They're cooling fins. I almost ruined that once I realized like that just doesn't make sense to put. Went back online and I found a video of a guy with an M4, and what I did is I actually ended up raising it right here. So that's connected to the subframe, and it lifted up the car easily. So I didn't have to remove this shield. I just simply kind of placed it right on the bolt. The good thing is the floor jack has a rubber piece, so highly recommend this floor jack. My friend Chris let me borrow it, so that helped a lot. So yeah, I'll be working on removing these spacers. I did let it soak yesterday with looks like some WD-40 or some chain blaster. Anyways, yeah, I let it soak, and this morning I just came back and started hammering away. So far so good. It moved finally. Probably gonna end up taking a brush and obviously removing that rust as much as I could. You can see it didn't damage anywhere around the rotor. If you know about these rotors, they are pretty much a whole nother car in terms of price. So yeah, this is off, and 2 more to go. Same technique. It's been working out without damaging anything. I did not use a blowtorch or anything in that matter, so just simply a rubber hammer and a 1/2 inch. It fit perfect. As you can see, it didn't go into the actual rotor. It was just enough to just go into the spacer and knock it side by side. So that's worked out. I'm actually gonna spray. I'm not supposed to spray any type of chemical on these rotors, but I'm gonna spray it down with the power washer after I scrub this rust off. So found out a cool thing about this car is as I'm cleaning it, I thought these springs were black, but they're not. They're actually H&R springs. So this is a competition, and the competition package are typically about a 1/2 inch lower, so I never really noticed any big difference, but pretty sure this is probably a lot lower than maybe a 1/2 inch lower than the competition package. But yeah, H&R springs all around. Alright, so I sprayed this down. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. It's actually blue now. And everything looks clean. Maybe not these, but looks good. Next is throwing off the tires, or throwing on the tires and jacking it down. So for those of you who are asking where did I jack up the car, basically, see that big bolt right here? That's where. It's connected to the subframe. It will lift both sides. Obviously do not do it there, not on a differential. I did that a little bit and I noticed it was probably not the smartest idea, because I could see the seal right there. It's not leaking, this is water, but yeah, it's right over there, right on that bushing. It did not bend this shield. It's lifting it without any issues. Moment of truth. So I'm not even all the way down. You can clearly see it sticking out. It's not a good thing. Here's the front side of the car. You can see that big bulge right there. That's the jack point. I still have these ramps because the car is too low. It will scrape this right under. And I did put some rocks right there because it's still too low. So I'm going to jack it up, remove the jack stands, and then drive it back down. So I got the jack stands off. The car is still on the ramp, because if I don't have the ramp, I will not be able to take the jack stand from under the car. It's too low. One other thing, actually, I'm gonna call DME Tuning and see if I can install a cold start delete. Because currently I have a 90-degree thermostat. The car stays running cold. And let me give you an example. Neighbor's house is right here. Very loud. So yeah, once I have the cold start delete, it will probably start like as it's warm, under 1,000 RPM. So I'm in the car right now, but pretty loud. Kind of nervous doing this. I broke bumpers like this. Car's like stuck. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't forget anything. As you can see how low it is, having that rod right at the end so it doesn't break the bumper. Come on. It almost feels like the this is weird. So yeah, the car feels like it's like the brake is stuck, but it's not. That didn't sound good. What the fuck? Hopefully I didn't ruin my suspension, but let me tell you what happened. So the previous owner, these are actually too long. These is probably 29 millimeter or something. I don't know if you can see that, but these are way too long. Remember, it did have spacers, so you know that's why it was working before, but with the new wheels, since they're 1/2 inch wider, they don't need spacers, but these are too long. I just ordered the OEM spec size off ACS Tuning. This should be here tomorrow. Paid a premium for the next day shipping, but it is what it is. So don't do this dumb shit what I just did. Literally just dragged the car. I ordered 20 for the front and back, so I don't see any issues with the back ones, but I'm just gonna replace them anyway. So I thought the wheels, I'm sorry, I thought the brakes seized, but clearly it's not the brakes. So hopefully I didn't ruin nothing inside, which I'm sure I did. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, so don't do that to your M5. If you ever, take off spacers, make sure you have the right size lug bolts. All right, so 24 hours later, and we got some the right size bolts. Had these next day aired from ECS Tuning, located in Ohio, a couple hours ago. So I'll be putting these on, and we'll check if the wheel actually turns. So here's the new bolts. These are OEM spec size. and these are the ones that were on the car when I bought it. Too long. All right, guys, here it is. After all the struggles, it's finally on. They sit real nice and flush. One thing I did notice is I was actually on a way back home and went over a little bump. Noticed, I think it was the right side, this side here. I heard a little scrape. I'm probably gonna end up switching tires, try to find ones that are more round here, so hopefully don't destroy the fender paint. But other than that, it looks great. They're a lot wider. Looks good. The front ones look real nice. I'm gonna end up getting them gloss paint. Actually, probably gonna end up doing powder coat if I can get gloss on a powder coat. I'm not sure. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like to see another video of doing some burnouts. Just kidding. This car could not do burnouts. When the front wheels were locked, the car literally just pushed the front wheels while they're locked. So let me show you that real quick. I'm stupid. I thought the brakes were locked. So, you know, I go online and I check some forums. Some people are like, just give it some gas and you'll hear like the brakes pop. But that did not happen. I literally just pushed the car back and forth trying to break the brakes loose, but clearly that wasn't the issue. Luckily I didn't destroy anything. I drove the car, everything sounded good. But yeah, what a struggle. It was worth it though. Thanks for watching, everybody.